What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we're going to continue on this series talking about the self-checkout and how people are going to self-checkout and they're actually being arrested for shoplifting. And they're not, their intent was not to steal anything, but they didn't scan something by accident. And there are two stories here that I want to show you. And there's a video clip of both these stories. And the last story I really want to focus on because they're both bad, but the last one was really bad. And so we're going to talk about that in this video. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification, clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter and Threads, you can at the TEC Show Live. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to show you the clip first. Like I said, there are two stories here. Both women were accused of stealing. Okay, so we'll show you the clip and then we'll talk about it. Here we go.
Self-checkouts were supposed to make shopping easier, but as Amber Cagliano reports, they're also causing chaos.
Please wait for assistance. The scanners at self-checkout lines are meant to make shopping an easy breezy experience.
69 cents.
But they can also be a major headache, says shopping expert Phil Lempert.
It is so easy to make a mistake on these machines. People have a full shopping cart, they're putting it in, they forget to scan something, or the machine just doesn't work. And if you make a mistake unintentionally, hey, you could be arrested.
Sounds hard to believe? Consider what happened to Paige Warren.
I didn't steal.
She says she was on her way out of a Walmart in Texas with a shopping cart filled with items when an employee told her that a $6 bag of Reese's Pieces didn't scan.
I apologized immediately and said, I'm so sorry. I scanned it. I thought it scanned. And I was trying to take out my debit card to go over there and pay. And he was like, you can't do that. You have to come with me.
She was taken to a back room and questioned by an officer.
I don't understand why I can't just walk back and pay for my bag of Reese's and go outside with my children.
I'm starting to panic because I'm just in this room with them and they're not listening to me. I'm just like almost in tears. I'm ready to cry.
They let her go without pressing charges, but she's now banned from that location.
I do not use self-checkout. I do not want to be accused of something like that again.
She's not the only shopper we spoke to who says they were falsely accused of shoplifting and even detained after using a self-checkout machine.
I didn't want to go to jail. I was just trying to do everything that he told me to do.
Merquana Tippins says when she was having trouble scanning items at a Cleveland Walmart, this employee came over to lend a hand. But after paying, she says this security guard accused her of stealing.
I'm just checking to see.
He let her go, but Merquana says she was so offended, she returned everything.
I was being accused of something I didn't do, and I just felt like that was a slap in the face. So I returned everything, and they offered me a gift card.
But that wasn't the end of it.
2 weeks later, I had a warrant out for my arrest, and I went to jail.
Merquana spent 6 hours in jail, but all charges were dismissed when this security footage proved her innocence. Her attorney, Steve Albenzi, says it can happen to anyone.
It's scary for any person to think that they can literally be going about their day grocery shopping for their children, and that leads to incarceration.
What tips do you have for people using self-checkout?
Number one is slow down. Don't try to rush through. Look at the bottom of the cart. If you put anything on the bottom, make sure you're scanning that as well. If you've got one item, sure, use the self-checkout. But if you've got 15 items, head to the cashier.
The customer who was arrested is suing Walmart and the security guard for false imprisonment. They both deny any wrongdoing.
Okay, so there are the stories. Now, you saw, I mean, I've said this before. When it comes down to it, you're going to self-checkout, you are now liable for any mistakes that you might make. And then you see that mistakes were made, at least in the first situations, mistakes were made, and now she was being accused of stealing. Now, fortunately, they went ahead and they just released her. They didn't cite her or anything like that. So that was the first case. The second case, the woman, same thing. Or I won't say the same thing because she was in a situation where the machine wasn't working properly. They even had one of the employees come over and try to help her. Then when she gets to the front door, they say, oh, you know what? we think that you potentially stole some stuff, or, you know, there's something wasn't right. And so at that point, what I'm assuming is they checked the video and they saw that there was nothing, you know, nothing fraudulent happened or transpired. And so then she did what I would have done. She actually said, you know what? I want my money back. And she got her money back, as well as they even offered her a gift card. And then she leaves. And then guess what Walmart does? Walmart, I don't know, they I guess filed a claim that she stole something, and then there was a warrant for her arrest. Now she had to be arrested. She went to jail for 6 hours, and then she still had a court case. There were charges, because if you listen, she had the attorney, so there were charges. I don't know if it was petty theft or what it was, but she had to go to court, and they dismissed it from court. But now you have to take your time, go to court, get an attorney, pay for an attorney, all of that stuff, because you went through self-checkout. Because if she went through a regular line with the cashier, guess what? No liability there. It's not on her. But because she went through self-checkout, that's where the issue is. And it's sad. I mean, it really is. Walmart and some of these other grocery stores, they're really taking advantage of people. They got people working for them, and people are taking all of the responsibility when they're going through that self-checkout. That's the issue that I have. And in this situation, terrible situation where you now have to pay for an attorney. You have to go to jail for 6 hours. They put a warrant out for your arrest. They wouldn't even, you know, no decency there where they can send her a letter saying you have a court date. I would imagine she was supposed to get a letter or something. Maybe they didn't have her information. I don't know. But they still need to, when I say they, I'm talking about if you're in a situation where the store's saying that, you know, they want to press charges, they need to make an attempt to contact her and tell her that she has a court appearance. Because what I'm assuming happened is she had a court appearance, she missed that court appearance, there was a warrant out for her arrest, and then they had to go pick her up. And the store told her when she was there, don't worry about it. You know, it was a mistake. It was, you know, the machine was faulty or what have you. And so now I believe she said that she has a lawsuit against Walmart, which I think is appropriate. I think she'll probably win that lawsuit if they don't settle before. You know, if a jury was looking at this, I would think a jury would say, yes, we're going to reward her some money because that was wrong what Walmart did to her. So we'll see how that works out. If I'll see if I can follow this story. I know it's going to be a little bit hard to follow, but I'll see if I can follow that story. But another example of why don't use self-checkout. It's not worth all that hassle. It's not worth all of the stuff that you have to endure just so you can help the store out, because that's what you're doing. You're not getting a discount. The cost, if you get a carton of milk and you go through self-checkout and you scan it, or if you take it to a cashier and she scans it or he scans it, it's the same price. But guess what? You have more liability if you go to that self-checkout and scan it. Because if something goes wrong with that machine, or if you scan it, it makes a beep, but it doesn't actually pick up anything, then now you can be liable, and they can say, you know what? We think you were trying to steal that. And it could be little things. We're not talking about a lot. Like the first lady there was, what, a bag of candy? Really? A bag of candy? And you're going to give them a big hassle about a bag of candy? Why not just say, you know what? We don't see it on your receipt. You're going to have to scan it again and pay for it. Okay, no problem. But that's not what the stores are doing now. So I want to know what you guys think about this. So let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.